Welcome, I'm Beth Meyer from ICAM, the Executive Director here, and I'm at the Cox Reservation Center with Angela Walsh, who is an administrator assistant as well as an instructor for the Massachusetts Audubon Society. And we're here to talk to her today about some of the programs they have to offer. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So we're here in Essex, but there's but you're from the Audubon Society, Massachusetts Audubon Society. Actually, I'm not even clear of what the difference between Audubon and Mass. Is there a national one, or is they all state?
There is a national one. There aren't any national organizations in Massachusetts. We are our own separate non-profit private organization called the Massachusetts Audubon Society, and I work for one of the sanctuaries in the state, the Ipswich River Wildlife Sanctuary in Topsfield.
Okay, so being a private nonprofit, where do you get most of your funding from?
So we run a lot of school programs, scout birthday programs, adult overnight trips, and also donations throughout the year.
Oh, okay. Besides this location, what other locations do you work with, or what's your main
So we have 53 sanctuaries across the state, and we do work with some of the other sanctuaries, but we also work for some of the other nature organizations in the state. We have the Essex County Greenbelt, and also the Trustees of Reservation. So we all kind of have the same message, we're just different organizations.
Okay.
So for the surrounding towns, we do a lot of school programs. Like I was saying, we work with the Ipswich schools, Winthrop and Doyon, and we also do a lot of schools as far as Canton and Lowell. We do a lot of scout programs, so there are a lot of local scouts who come to us to earn their badges, Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, birthday parties on the weekend, and then we do a lot of public programming for toddlers, 4s and 5s, and then kids and families 6 and up. We just finished with our annual Audubon Nature Festival this past Sunday. So anything that people are looking for, even for rentals of buildings, we try to provide for them and work with them.
Oh, okay. So for example, if I heard you say an adult overnight, what kind of activities would they expect if they participate in something like that?
Right, so a lot of our participants are big birders, and they like to go with some instructors from our organization. Carol Decker and Scott Santino are two of our instructors, our teachers, and we will go to upstate New York and do some birding up there in the Finger Lakes area. They've been to Panama and Texas and Florida, but it's not just for birds, it's also for natural history. This is a chance for you to let someone else book the flights, the hotels, take care of everything, and then also drive you around and take you to these local hot spots, look for some history, natural history, and of course birding, which is the number one thing to do.
So what would a toddler expect to be able to do?
Yeah, so you got some great toddler programs. There are these two teachers, Rita Gallant and Annette Swain, who work, and they're called Terrific Toddlers, and they do them in the spring and the fall. And they can go out and they can learn about bugs, they can learn about butterflies, trees, do some pond dipping. So they really try to make sure that it's not too much over that level, but these people, the children are coming with their adults, either their parents, their grandparents, or their nannies, babysitters, and it's only an hour-and-a-half class once a week for like 6 weeks, so it doesn't overwhelm them too much.
Yeah. And so are these people, I know like you mentioned a lot of schools come down, are there a lot of individuals or family members of the Audubon?
Sure, so if you're a member, you can get into all the sanctuaries across the state for free, for that year membership. And they'll just come and take a walk. With Ipswich River Wildlife Sanctuary in Topsfield, it's almost 2,000 acres. We're talking about field, forest, wetland, 8 miles of the Ipswich River that run through us. So they can rent canoes from May 1st to October 31st. They can rent Perkins Island, or just want to come and sit down and have a little bit of a picnic, and just enjoy the peace and quiet, because we are a sanctuary. We're there for the animals. We don't have anything in cages, but it's kind of like what you're going to come upon. Those are the surprises of the day.
Nice. So how many acres? It's
almost 2,000, but that does include the wetlands that we help maintain.
Sure.
When we say 8 miles of the Ipswich River, that is obviously only a small portion of the Ipswich River, but it's what we maintain. It's what we help keep clean, and when we give advice for people when they're going out, this is what you can look for. Otters, beavers, muskrats.
Yeah.
There's just so much to it. I think that every season's different. We are open all year long, but you never know what you're going to find in that season.
Right. Now, is there anything else that I'm not touching upon that you would like to tell us about?
So when we're talking about, not just the public programs, but, also the camp programs that we have, we serve over 600 children during our camp season. And this year it starts June 23rd and goes to the third week of August. Because we only have so many spots, so many teachers that we can fulfill there at Ipswich River, we do work with other organizations to expand the camps. We have one at the Hammond Nature Center in Marblehead, so that supports families who live in that area. And also here where we're standing at the Cox Reservation, this is serving families of Cape Ann. All of our camps are ACA accredited, which is the American Camp Association, and also state licensed. All of our teachers are licensed educators. They're go to camps themselves to kind of learn about what goes on, first aid trained. We were lucky enough to work with Ed Becker, the director here, and Dave Rimmer to be able to secure this place for 2 weeks out of the year in August. And it's having that relationship with other nature organizations that allow us to be able to expand our camp season.
Okay, excellent. And we're going to be speaking to somebody who is involved with one of your camps here at the Cox Reservation.
Yeah, so myself and Marge Gianelli, who are both Ipswich residents. I'm lucky enough to work with Mass Audubon, and so is Marge. Marge actually works for this one. She's one of the counselors here, so I thought bringing her in would be able to tell people a little bit more about what goes on here during the summer.
Okay, great.
Great.
We'll be right back. I'm back here with Marge Gianelli, who's one of the instructors for the camps for the Mass Audubon Society that's held here at the Cox Reservation. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Tell me a little bit about the camps.
All right, we have 2 sessions this summer. They're held in August. The first session starts on August 4th to August 8th, and our emphasis during that week is art and nature. We'll be exploring this beautiful property thanks to the Essex County Greenbelt for allowing us to come here. We'll be exploring the property and taking inspiration to create art of all sorts, sculpture. We'll be doing painting and watercolors and mud painting and etching. And we also have guest artists that visit us in the afternoons. They'll be showing us their specialties. And they'll be instructing the children how to use the different mediums that they have brought, and they'll be displaying their wares. We'll be collecting nature things to create items from nature. We did some weaving last year. We used a stick frame.
Okay.
And we found flowers and tall grasses and spider webs. Each one of them made their own little weaving, and we displayed all their art at the end of the week. We have an art show where we invite the parents and the friends of the students or the campers, and we have refreshments, and we have a wonderful celebration at the end of the week.
Okay, great. What age group are the campers?
From 7 to 11.
Okay. And what time is the camp? How long is it?
The first week, which is the Art Adventures, starts at 9 a.m. and finishes at 2:30 p.m.
Okay. Now you have a second week. What goes on during the second week?
Second week is called the Mud Masters.
Okay.
The second week, same age group, and that camp runs from 8:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. So it's a shorter day.
Okay.
And it's all hands-on, exploratory. We spend most of our time outside, and we explore the mud flats, we explore the salt marsh, we go into the upland fields and do some insects, catching some butterflies. And the highlight of that week, the second week, which is August 11th, is midweek we take a boat ride and we go out to Choate Island, which is a Trustees of Reservations property, and thank them for allowing us to go out there. And we explore Choate Island, and we check out the tide pools out there, and we learn all about the ecosystems of the island and the salt marshes and the upland fields here on the property.
And this is also, I assume, the same age group, 7 to 11?
Yes, 7 to 11.
Okay, great. Is there anything else about the camp that I haven't asked you?
Well, it is a summer camp. It's a wonderful opportunity for the children to get outside. Because it is camp, we do songs and we do stories and we play nature-based games. But the most important thing is getting the children outside, getting them to appreciate nature and all that it has to offer. And we are especially grateful to have this beautiful property all to ourselves.
Great, great. Now, if people are interested, how do they get in contact or find out more details about the program?
Well, the best thing to do is go to our website, which is massaudubon.org/Ipswich River.
Okay.
And our entire camp brochure is available there. And if you're interested in the camp here at the Cox Reservation in Essex, it would be listed under Essex.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
All right.